Having this golf club in your bag could almost be classed as cheating. It can get you out of some mega sticky situations. Let's do it.
And let's do it now.
Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson and welcome to this YouTube channel. Guys, if you watch this video, it is guaranteed to improve your golf. Not only around the greens, but potentially off the tee and into greens from those awkward distances. And I'm not talking about my favourite club in the bag. Christopher, how are you?
Very good, yourself?
I'm alright, Chris. Chris, you're going to teach us a few things today. I'm also going to jump over to part 2 on your channel a bit later on, because we played the other day with our friends Mark and Matt.
Correct.
So Mr. Crossfield and Mr. Lockie. Now they've got chippers in the bag. They claim they're cheating clubs. But being a short game expert yourself, we thought we'd kind of recover something, which I'm not going to lie, the comments in the last video we did something very similar to this. People loved it. People claimed that it rejuvenated their game, not only around the greens, but also off the tee, because that's your favourite club off the tee, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a bit of a multi-purpose club. We can use it around the greens. We can use it obviously then into greens from a longer distance. A little bit more forgiving than a hybrid. And people start to like the shape of a wood. But here, it's a great club to get the ball rolling here. Not much green to work with. Again, out of and around the green, we can use it a lot more consistently than a chipper.
Probably a touch more traditional as well than maybe a hybrid or a chipper as well.
It is. I mean, a chipper, it's one of those things. It's in there for a very limited amount of shots. If you're putting that into your bag and you've only got 14 clubs, you might not use it in a round.
Yeah, what are you going to take out? So guys, today we're going to have a little bit of a match. Chris is going to use his trusty 7-wood. I'm going to use my trusted lob wedge. I'm obviously going to win. Stay tuned to then because we have a huge surprise. A huge surprise.
Huge.
That's delightful. Running out a little bit.
I did run out a little bit more than I wanted.
But you've eliminated the duff shot and you've still left yourself a putt for par, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it, or birdie, because this is a par 5.
I am starting to learn a little bit from you. I know, obviously, it's not showing in this video because I've got lob wedge out, but... Go on, go on. I think that's a 1-0 to me, that one.
I think it is. You played it very well, but you see how hard, you've not got a lot of landing space to get that much closer than that.
Yeah, I mean, ideally there, I'm thinking of landing it on the green, but the green's being so fiery, I know that's not the shot, so I've almost double-guessed myself and left it halfway.
Good strike, though.
It was all right, wasn't it? You like that?
In the centre.
Oh, I'll show them that one, Chris, yeah. We are going to play some slightly more difficult shots than that, but the greens are playing phenomenally well at the moment, guys. Hopefully we can keep striking it like that with the lob wedge. So guys, we move away from the par 5 green for a second onto the big double green for the par 4. This is a horrible shot, and one thing that's important is thinking about your tour averages and your averages for your kind of mid-handicap golfers. This shot, I think your average for your kind of 15 to 10 handicap golfer is about 20-15 feet.
Yeah, I'd say so. From here, difficult, all downhill. A lot of people say, oh, I might just get my putter out. Yeah, what we see a lot of times with putter is it'll snag up in the grass, probably just fall to the right, stay in the semi or fairway cut here, not get onto the green, and you've still got a long putt.
The key is giving yourself that 10-foot par putt, isn't it, and being happy with it.
That's it. We'll let you lead us off with the 60 at 1-0. High tariff shot.
So what I'm going for here, Chris, is hopefully a bit of spin, but probably more so landing angle, because we're landing on a downslope. We need it to land as soft as possible. Plenty of speed to get the ball up in the air. It's a high tariff shot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a risk and reward. And that's the classic. A little bit of a drop kick, but it did sit very soft, so it's actually
worked out. My reaction there wasn't quite warranted, was it? That's done really well.
It worked very well. It must have landed on something there, landed on a snail.
But that's where the grooves are helping, whereas I think with your 7-wood, I don't think this one can really help you. There's no grooves on it, is there? This has to be the perfect weight. And that is delightful. That's running down lovely. Certainly a shot you need to practice. Oh, it's tailed off at the end. I think that's 2-0 to me.
It could be 2-0. You see the swing difference there. Obviously there's a lot less that can go wrong with mine. It's certainly something you need to practice.
Mine could have ended up over there, couldn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, it landed very soft. I would say it was more luck than judgment.
Oh, well, okay. Well, my luck's at 5 feet, mate, so I'll pop that in for par and then we'll go.
See ya. Dink.
Right, Chris, I'll give you the honour for this one. I'm 2-0 up.
2-0 up.
2-0 up. And for me, I think this is definitely a shot where I would play like a little 8-iron, although it's not something I've practiced, so I wouldn't be overly confident playing the 8 iron.
No.
I think the big key is you have to practice the shots you play, don't you?
I do like to say that you've said that you'd hit an 8 iron. I've never seen you get an 8 iron out.
I did it at Dundonald the other day on the first hole.
Yeah, but he was already out of the hole by then, I think.
I wasn't, it was a... No, I was. Nice shot.
So again, not quite the reed, just a little bit past, but
8 feet, isn't it?
8 feet, which again from here will be pretty good.
See, the thing with the lob wedges, where were you? Were you here?
Just there, my friend.
The thing with the lob wedges, you always think, or I always think, right, I need to open the face now and add more loft. And obviously there's plenty of loft on there, there's 60 degrees, so play it nice square faced. Think about what the wind's doing as well. With downwind, you're not going to get as much spin. I'm going to keep the weight on that left foot, and I'm almost going to hood it a little bit, Chris, you know, and almost get it to come out that little bit lower.
Yeah, so to me sounds like a lot of manipulation compared to what I have just done. So very low. Didn't get the spin.
And that's the thing that, you know what, that's where your shot's better, because the strike wasn't there. That was a thin, horrible one. Whereas you do that with something with less loft on and you're generally going to be closer. I'm going to give you that one, Chris. That's 2-1 because I'm off the green.
2-1, and now we're going to go up above the wall.
Oh, I can open it up then.
Oh.
So would you really play this?
Yeah.
Just so you're literally going to try and get to teeter over the edge and then just release up, aren't you?
Harris teeter over the edge. I'm going to try and get it to just come off the edge. Again, with the 60, what you're going to see is most people are going to catch this heavy, land it short, and it dribble over the edge up against the wall.
Yeah.
Or send it flying past
Well,
the
I'm
camera.
thinking of landing it just on the green and kind of releasing down that way. But again, I need to get it aerial to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to get Little Mermaid.
Whereas here, just get it teetering over the edge.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Oh, that was a great shot.
Just teetered it.
I wouldn't even think of that.
Again, it's not a shot you're going to get a lot here, but if you're going, I don't know, I don't even know what I could say going over.
That's as good as I've got. It took a bad bounce, but...
And that's a perfect strike. That's a 1 in 10 for James.
1 in 10?
And you know, it's ended up being 2-2, all to play for down the last.
Oh, I will go this way, I think. That's knee gone, isn't it? Vegas out. So Chris, great shot there to pull it back to 2-all. What about this kind of shot? You've not got a lot of green to work with. I'm thinking I can float one up there, land it on the green, spin it next to the hole and escape with a win. Or you can kind of duff one down there, let it run down and potentially escape with a win as well.
Correct, and yeah, even here we know what the ground's lying as. We've got a fairway cut here, we know how it's going to roll, so we can still play this shot.
Does lie massively depend on when you use that?
No, and we'll see when we go over to my channel when James gets the surprise club out.
Oh.
Surprise club. We'll see how you can use it out of the rough, so even if it was in the edge there in the semi-cut, we can still get this ball, but obviously off a tighter lie, it's just as good because we've got a lot of bounce there. It's going to be very hard to duff it. If you do duff it, congratulations, it's a great effort, and I would like to see proof of you duffing
And I suppose that's the difference. You hold that club up, Chris, and we look at the sole on mine, which has got plenty of bounce on there as a lob wedge. That's kind of unrivaled, isn't it? You're not going to really duff that.
No, very hard to duff that unless you was really trying to dig that in. So we can grip down on the shaft, we can get this ball rolling, use the contours. And that from there is...
That's actually really good, isn't it? A lot of people might think that's bang average, but you know what? When you think about it,
7 or 8.
You look impressed then when I said that.
7 or 8 feet. Again, James is going to have to play a real good one to beat that and stand there and maybe just hit 4 or 5 shots with a 7 wood, then hit 4 or 5 shots with your 56 or your 60 and see which one on average is closer. You're going to see that you're going to get less mishits with this and probably there or thereabouts and save a score.
Right, so it's a nice lie, nice fairway kind of lie. The ball is above your feet, which doesn't really help me here, to be fair. We're going to have to go with landing angle rather than spin, and we are downwind, which again doesn't help. The more I'm looking at this, more I'm thinking I can't really land it on the green and stop it there, you know, unless you go proper.
Yeah, exactly, but this is where we see a lot of amateurs come, they get the lob wedge, they think I have to land it on the green. We've only got really a yard to land it on.
You see now I'm back footing that handle forward, all that's going to make me drive it, isn't it?
That just means Damien duff, but again you're having to manipulate this, so James' understanding, normally, again, people will go for loft. This has got to be
That's
perfect.
as good as, go on. And that's stopped too quick, so again, those variables really aren't helping me. I'm not sure what's closer here, Chris, you know?
I don't know, I think it could be on the 7 heaven. Just, yours did stop quick, so a bit of landing angle, a little bit of spin. Very hard to judge, even when you play every day.
Yeah, that's you on the angle.
On the angle, I think I have pipped it.
So Chris, before we go over to your channel, I want to go with that 7 wood. I want you to explain to me how to use it in future. So Chris, before I have a go, give me a few checklists and the guys a few checklists at home on 5 wood, 7 wood, even 3 wood. It's going to differ with ball position and obviously how firm you hit it,
Yeah.
but with the amount of loft on a 7 wood, what do we need to do to get that ball close to that flag more often?
Yeah, and you see with the 5 wood and 3 wood, sometimes it does come off too fast and we don't have as much control. So that's why a 7 wood or a 21 degree or 23 degree hybrid is often a good club for this. It's going to give you enough loft to get it over some of the rough and then into a roll, as opposed to with a 3 wood, very similar to a putter, it might snag a little bit too early and not get it there. The opposite then, you try and hit it a little bit harder and it rockets past. So again, with this, all we're trying to do is we're going to go down the shaft. So the more we go down the shaft, we have a little bit more control on the head. We are also then closer to the ball. From there, we're not having much face rotation. So with a wedge, we'd see that with James, he's often a little bit further away, really opens that up. The timing has to be perfect. Whereas with this club, there's not much face rotation. We can get that ball starting on line.
Like a putt.
And just like a putt. So James, come on in. Come on in. So he's thrown the 60 down.
Come on over.
Thrown the 60 down.
Middle of the stance, yeah?
Yeah, middle of the stance.
Oh, that's the best shot we've seen all day.
So straight away there, already better than the best 60 he could hit to that shot from here. If we go again, and this is where the trial and error, hit a couple of shots, start to get a feel.
See, that one there never launched, it wasn't high enough. Took us one more ball.
No.
I think I need that ball a little bit further forward just to allow the ball to pop up in the air.
That was it. So James snuck that back in the stance. He did his usual, got his hands ahead of it, trying to get it running forwards. You don't need to do that. Play the loft, that's jumped up a little bit. And then that is the best shot we hit to there. So very easy, don't slip into old habits, but very much a versatile, and we love a bit of versatility.
We do love versatility. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Practically cheating. So do you have a chipper in the bag? Would you consider using a club that you could use in different situations? Guys, go and check out part 2 over on Chris Tennis Golf, where we're going to have a little bit of something quite special. Apart from that, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.